Good afternoon, everyone. Let's wrap up some events through January that kind of slipped off everyone's radar. The all-time heaviest snows in Tinos, Greece. Record low temperatures since 1890 in Los Angeles. Videos disappearing of cold weather events across Las Vegas on New Year's Eve. All-time record snows across Oklahoma City. Ice pancakes are back in the northern hemisphere, usually form in the southern hemisphere. The snowy owl migration is completely off. They should not be this far south. They're running from the cold. Snow in the Pyrenees closes the ski resorts due to too much snow. The tropical storm forming in January covering Taiwan and the Philippines. Shortly they are followed by another massive blizzard in Japan at the borderline of 300-year record snowfall. They're just 200 centimeters away and it's only January. Tinos Greece for the holiday makers in the Aegean Sea, known for the blue tropical waters. A few ideas of what it might look like on this magical holiday in the place, the Aegean Sea. You can't expect this much snow without it making news across the world, but you know what? It is silent, quiet. You can hear the pin drop. There's nothing about this in the news except for in Greece because they had to report on it because it's actually in that locality. 2 meters of snow in that area. This is what it looked like in Tinos across the streets. You notice nobody's out. There's only a couple of footprints there. This is completely unusual. For a town that size to only have 5 or 6 people walking around during the day, that's not normal. These images were actually taken from one of the snowplow crews, and I just don't see any footprints at all along that road there. That looks desolate. Nobody's going out. Record low temperatures at LA International. The record of 38 degrees was set in 1972, but I did a bit of back checking, and the original temperature record started in 1890. So there's only been 2 breaks since then. 1972 was the first one, and now we come again at 36 degrees in 2015. A temperature map of the area over California during that time. Nice image here from one of my viewers who sent me a video of their experience driving around during that day or two. Also, record snowfall across Oklahoma City, double the amount that was in 1968. But when you go back again, the previous record was in 1888. So jump back a little bit. They always put the previous record from the closest year. They never show you when the records actually began counting the snowfall. Ice pancakes, these are usually formed in the southern hemisphere. This is the second instance of ice pancakes. In December in the UK, there was an instance of ice pancakes in the northern hemisphere, and as well right now in Lake Michigan near St. Joseph's Lighthouse. Now this is really interesting. The snowy owl sightings across Canada and the United States. The snowy owl usually does not push this far south down into, let's say, Washington, D.C. That's really unusual. The migration is further south than normal. Are they running from something? Really interesting story here. Snowfall in the Pyrenees closes ski resorts due to, get this, too much snow. This is the map of the locality, sandwiched just on the border there between France and Spain. Some images for you of the depth of the snow. Obviously, you can't even drive up there unless you have some serious four-wheel drive. Now, in the beginning of the month, the UAE had this incredible hailstorm with 3 inches of hail in 2015. But if we jump back just 5 years earlier, it was the very first time in history that they'd recorded hail covering the UAE in certain parts. And now within 5 years, we have the second instance. It's starting to become sort of a norm, not an anomaly. If this is the second time in 5 years and it never happened before in history, what is the change? Here's what it looked like in 2015 across the roads. And as you can easily see, the different solar minimums that have occurred over the last, say, 900 years. It's on a pretty regular 207-year cycle. We are just going to enter the next cycle. I personally think through the information of all the videos I've done so far that we are going into an incredibly deep minimum, something on the order of an 800-year, 400-year minimum. It's not going to be a sliver of the Dalton. It's going to be a serious cooling. If these are the first 2 years and these are the snowstorms we're getting already back to breaking 1800s records in the first couple of years, what's it going to be like 10 years from now when we really start to get cold? I can't really fathom it except we're going into something in the 800-year category of cooling. Everybody really needs to work together to prepare for this event. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of the video to show you what's going on across the planet in terms of cooling events. Media is not reporting it as much as they're trying to still push the warming agenda. So I'll keep bringing you the cool events that people pass on to me. Thank you for the viewers who do send me links all the time. I will follow through your links, and I do actually go through every single link you send me to see if I can find tidbits of information to throw into the videos.